morning, everyone. Am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone in the chat box also. Okay, so how many students joined? 29. Okay, we can start, right? It's 11:19. Okay, so last class we were talking about the physical characteristics of sewage. I hope you all have noted it down in your copy. The this questions, numerical, and all the notes that of your previous classes. Okay, so you write it down. Then we were talking about the physical characteristics. So we have your four types of characteristics, isn't it? Physical characteristics like stability, color, odor, and what temperature. Okay. So now today we will discuss about the your chemical characteristics of sewage. Okay. So chemical characteristics it is also as same as your you have learned for your raw water engineering. That is like all total solids, then pH value, chloride content, everything is same. You can see here the points. Okay, like number one is the total solids, suspended solids, satellable solids, then pH value, chloride content, nitrogen content, presence of fats, greases, and oils. These things are a little bit different. Okay, like sulfides, sulfates, dissolved oxygen, and most important of your this sewage part is your COD and BOD. Okay, COD is your chemical oxygen demand, and BOD is your biochemical oxygen demand. Clear? Okay, so now let us discuss in brief about one by one. So total solids, suspended solids, and settleable solids. Okay, so from the yeah, we have from the beginning of your sewage chapter I have been telling you that the sewage it is it is a mixture of, you can say, 99% of water, and it's only a zero point 0.1 or 0.05 to 0.1% of only your suspended solids, or you can say solids. Okay, so, your this 0.05 to 0.1% of your total solids, it can be available in the sewage. Okay, it can be available in the sewage in any of the four forms. Okay, so what are the four forms? They are your. It might be present as suspended solids, or it might be present as your settleable solids or dissolved solids. Okay, so or colloidal solids. Okay, so these four are your any four types of four forms in which your solids are present in a sewage. Okay, so suspended solids, from the name itself you can make it an idea that suspended solids means what, those who remain floating in the sewage. Okay, so since it is a watery mixture, so the solids which remain floating, okay, in the sewage, it is known as your suspended solids. Then comes your dissolved solids. So dissolved solids, you can say, like when you mix up a spoon of salt in water, so obviously that will, if you stir it, then it will obviously, after a few a minute, you cannot see the salt in the water. Okay, so it is completely dissolved, right? So similarly, like that, there are certain solids which remain dissolved in the sewage. Okay, so that is known as your dissolved solids. Okay, now colloidal solids. What are colloidal solids? So colloidal solids, they are partly dissolved and they are partly in suspension. Okay, so they are they are finally divided solids, and they remain either in suspension or either in dissolved state. So those are your colloidal solids. And last is about your settleable solids. So settleable solids are those, if you keep the sewage sample for 2 to 3 hours in a fixed position, in a stationary position. So what will happen? Some those solids which settle below the your glass or whatever it's tank. Okay, so whatever solids it settles down. Okay, so that is your settleable solids. Okay, it is a portion of a solid matter which settles out. Okay, that is your settleable solid. So these four are your any four forms of solids that are present in a sewage. So here it's written that uh, if 1,000 kg of sewage you take, okay, if 1,000 kg sample of sewage you take, so in that 1,000 kg of sewage, it is already estimated that 0.45 kg it's of total solids. Then out of which out of 0.45 kg of total solids, it is 0.225 kg is in solution, and again 0.112 kg is in suspension, and also 0.112 kg is settleable solid. Okay, so this has already been estimated before. Okay, so again in your sewage, the solids, they are again being classified into or they comprise of two other forms, that is as your organic as well as what inorganic solids. So the organic matter, they are comprised of 45% of the total solids. Okay, so 45% of the total solids are organic nature, and the remaining 55% it is of your inorganic nature. So what are organic nature? So in the sewage you find are sand, gravel, like chloride, sulfates, debris. So all these things are your inorganic matter. Okay, so those are inorganic matter, and it consists of your minerals and salts. And what are organic matter? Like in the sewage, if there are carbohydrates or fats and oils. Okay, the water that comes from the kitchen, it contains fats and oils from the vegetables, and also from animal skins. So all those things are your organic matter. Okay, now there are certain experiments to find out how to find out the total solids, or suspended solids, or settleable solids. So there are certain type of experiment, as we did like for your raw water. Okay, there also we have done certain experiments to find out the total amount of solids and your suspended and dissolved solids. Okay, there was a certain formula also. So similarly here also it's the same. So for basically for finding out the the total solids. Okay, so basically to find out the total solids, what is the experiment? That you take a sample of sewage. Okay, then you heat it. Okay, so you heat it, and then you what will happen? Evaporation will take place. So after that you weigh that sample, and you will find some dry residue that is left over the sample, or over the porcelain basin, whatever you have taken. Okay, so there is a formula that you have to divide the mass of the residue by the volume of the sample whatever you have taken. So that will give you the total solids in milligram per liter. And here the total amount of solids, it is taken as S1. Okay, now the suspended solids, the total solids you have find out. Now the suspended solids also, there is a experiment before also we have discussed about it, that you have to take a filter paper. Okay, So you have to take a filter paper, then you have to pour the sewage sample over the filter paper, then you let it dry, okay, for 24 hours, or you can let it oven dry also, or just you can keep it for 24 hours. So after that the filter paper will dry up, then you can, uh, you can weigh the you can weigh the residue, okay, that is left behind the filter paper. So there is also one formula, like you have to divide the mass of the residue by the volume of the sample filtered, okay, then you will get the suspended solids, that is designated by S2 in milligram per liter. So after you have found out the S1, that is total solids, and after you have found out S2, the suspended solids, now you can easily find out your dissolved solids plus colloidal. Okay, so to find out the dissolved solids plus colloidals, what is the formula? So this is the formula, you can see it is designated by S3. Okay, dissolved solids are designated by S3, and the formula is S1 minus S2, that is your total solids minus the suspended solids. So to find out the dissolved solids, you first have to estimate, or you have to know the value of your total amount of solids, and then the total the suspended solids. Clear? So now next is also there is a experiment how to find out the settleable solids. Okay, so settleable solids, like this one here, there is one cone, okay, special type of cone, a glass cone whose name is Imhoff cone. Okay, so you can see the name. It is a Imhoff cone, this cone. Okay, it is a Imhoff cone, and it is made up of a glass, and also it has a graduated scale of 50 milliliter. Okay, of 50 millimeter is a milliliter. Sorry, it has a graduated scale, and also at the bottom of the like cone, there is a certain you can let out the sewage sample go out. Okay, so this in this cone, so what you need to do is that you need to pour the sewage sample, and then you have to like make the cone stand like in a vertical position for 2 hours without disturbing it. So what will happen, the solids or the settleable solids will settle down at the below. Okay, so after the settleable solids, they settle down at the like this here. If the settleable solids settle down, so with the help of the graduated scale, you can measure out how much of the solids has been settled. Okay, so like this also you can uh, measure the amount of settleable solids. Okay, but to find out the accurate and precise amount of this how much of solids had been has been settled out. So there is also, you can do one thing, you can let the water, the sewage water, you can let the water flow out through here. Okay, and the solids which are left here, okay, you can directly you know uh, so you can directly take out, and you can weigh also the amount of solids. Okay, with the help of a weighing scale also you can find out the appropriate amount of solids that has been settled out. Okay, so uh, these are the experiments. Now next is your pH value. So pH value, again, same thing. Okay, like for your raw water also we have discussed it. So it is the pH value, it gives the uh, you know the acidity, or it tells us the alkalinity of a sewage sample. Okay, and also the pH value, it also indicates what, it gives the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration present in sewage. Okay, so formula also everybody has done, we have got before, and like again we have a like a pH scale of from 0 to 14. Okay, we have a pH scale. Who is speaking? Atobi, Atobi, please mute your mic. Yeah, okay, thank you. So, like we have a scale chart from 0 to 14. Mm, happened. I have to mute it. Okay, so like we have a scale of pH scale we have from 0 to 14. Like if the value is between your 0 to 7, then we say that the sample it is alkaline nature, and if it is if the pH is less than 7, then we say that the sewage is acidic, and if the pH value it is more than 7, then we say that the sewage is alkaline. Okay, so and also we have learned that before also that uh, for pH there is one equipment to find out the pH. It is known as your potentiometer. Okay, so potentiometer is the equipment. So now pH I don't want to go in details because already we have discussed all these things. So next is a chloride content. Chloride contents also it is same like here in sewage. Chlorides are these are generally found in the sewage. Okay, municipal sewage we find out the chlorides, and they are derived from the kitchens. Okay, like human feces and urinals, discharges, or from all these things. Your chloride contents are derived from, and the normal the normal chloride content for domestic sewage it is your 120 milligram per liter. Okay, so this part you need to note it down. Like the normal chloride content for domestic sewage is 120 milligram per liter, and the permissible, okay, permissible chloride content for water supply, that is for raw water engineering, it is your 250 milligram per liter. It might be asked in your like this MCQs. Okay, so you can note it down this one. Then next is your and also yes the chloride content while we have your environmental engineering laboratory, so there is one experiment how to find out the chloride content in the lab. So the chloride content it can be found out by titrating the wastewater. Okay, titrating the wastewater with what, with standard silver nitrate solution using potassium chromate as the indicator. Okay, so this is a general question somebody might ask you. So how you find out the chloride content in a laboratory? So you can say that it can be find out by titrating the wastewater with standard silver nitrate solution, and the indicator is your potassium chromate. Okay, so this is your chloride content. Next is your Next is your nitrogen contents. Like nitrogen also, if nitrogen is present, then what it indicates? It indicates that there is organic matter, and the nitrogen it can be be available, or it can occur in any of the following four forms. That is your free ammonia, which is also known as your ammonia nitrogen, then your albuminoid nitrogen, or which is also known as your organic nitrogen. Okay. Then these two, first two, free ammonia and albuminoid nitrogen, they are together known as your Kjeldahl nitrogen. Okay. And your number C is your nitrites, and number D is your nitrates. So what does this free ammonia indicates? Okay, so the free ammonia or the ammonia nitrogen, it indicates what? It indicates the first stage of decomposition of organic matter. Okay, so the first means the sewage that just starts to decompose. Okay, so the stale sewage which just starts to decompose, so that is the first stage is indicated by the free ammonia or the ammonia nitrogen. Then the next is your albuminoid nitrogen, and the albuminoid nitrogen, it indicates the no quantity of nitrogen that is present in the sewage, before the decomposition of the organic matter. Okay, so before the before your the decomposition of the organic matter has started, so how much of nitrogen it is present in the sewage sample, it is known by the albuminoid nitrogen. Then number three is your nitrites. Nitrites, it indicates the presence of what? Partly decomposed organic matter. Partly decomposed means what? It is not fully oxidized. So partly decomposed organic matter. And the nitrates, it indicates the presence of what? Fully oxidized organic matter. So here this the permissible limits has already been discussed in your like raw water engineering, so you can go back and you can learn from there. Okay, so here it is not mentioned any of the permissible limits, so you have to go back through that raw water engineering part. Okay, so later you see, because you have already done notes, so you can see later. So this is all about your nitrogen content. Then next is your presence of fats, oils, and greases. So already we told that the fats, greases, and oils, they are derived in the sewage from, you can say, the kitchens, from your kitchens, like the animal and vegetable matters. Then discharges of animals, discharges of animals and vegetable matter. Then also from the industries, okay, like garages, then kitchens of your hotels and restaurants. So from all those things, the fats, salts, and greases, they are being derived from. Okay, and this fats, oils, and greases, what they do, they form a scum or a layer, you can say. They form a layer on the top of the sedimentation tank. Okay, so when this sewage sample, they will go to the treatment plant. So in the sedimentation tank, so what they do is that they form a layer of oil. You can see a layer. It forms a layer, and yeah, they clog the they clog the the voids or the pores of the filtering media. Okay, so they what actually they interfere or they hamper the normal treatment process. Okay, so this oils, fats, and greases, they should be properly detected before sending the water to the treatment plant, and they should be removed. Okay, so next is your sulfates, and hydrogen sulfide gas. So these also, they are derived from whenever sulfates are there. So it is formed due to you can say the decomposition of various sulfur containing substances, in the sewage. So this when this decomposition happens, so what happens, they evolve a very foul smell, and that foul smell is due to the presence of your hydrogen sulfide gas. Okay, so whenever sewage becomes stale, so that day I was last class I was telling you that whenever a sewage becomes stale, so the oxygen from the sewage, it goes out, and a very foul smell or odor is being emitted from that sewage, and that is due to the presence of hydrogen sulfide gas. Okay, and this hydrogen sulfide gas also, it not only it gives you a bad smell or odor, but also it causes what? Corrosion of concrete sewer pipes. Okay, it causes corrosion. So next is your dissolved oxygen. Okay, so dissolved oxygen, or like in a river or in a natural course, so there are dissolved oxygen present in it. So it is very much dissolved oxygen. It is very much important for aquatic life, for aquatic, the life of plants and also for animals. Okay, so so what happens if we discharge the, or if we discharge the sewage directly without treatment, if we discharge the sewage into the river, so what will happen is that that sewage, it will consume the oxygen that is present in the water or in the river. And so what will happen is that the it will hamper the aquatic life of the river. Okay, so what we should do is that before discharging the treated sewage also in any river stream, we should ensure that there is at least 4 ppm of dissolved oxygen in it. Okay, so this is the important thing, that how much of ppm of dissolved oxygen should be present in a sewage. So this is a 4, at least 4 ppm of DO which should be present in the sewage. Okay, otherwise what will happen? The fishes or the, they will get killed. Okay, so next is your COD and BOD. Okay, so what's the time? So I think I should take the attendance first, because again then it's let's wait. I think I will keep the things up to here today. Okay, COD and BOD I would like to actually explain together. So that's why. Okay. So next class we will be dealing with your COD and BOD. Okay. So today let me wind it up here itself. Let me take your attendance. Roll number 69. Okay, Shandy, medical emergency. Okay, Shandy, no problem. Roll number 104. I will mark it. Okay. Okay, so roll number 51. It's present. Okay, donation is present. Then 52,
मैम 53
51 present है मैम
51
उसका मैम
present,
नेट स्लो
52, 53.
मैम 53 प्रेजेंट
Okay, 54, 55, 56, 57,
Yes, ma'am. 57
57.
present.
Okay, 58, 59, 60, 61.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, 62.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 63, 64, 65, 66, 66 present. 67, Raju.
प्रेजेंट मैम
Okay, 68.
Ma'am, 63 present.
Okay, 63. So,
present मैम 68
okay, 68 present. Whose mic is this one?
Ma'am, 51.
given, Guneshwar? Okay. Next is your roll number 70.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 71,
Present.
72, 72, 73. Okay, 72 present. Okay. 73, 74,
Present, ma'am.
75, 75, 76, 77,
Present, ma'am. 77.
okay, 78, 79, 80, 81,
Present, ma'am. 81.
okay, 82,
Present, ma'am. 82.
83,
Present, ma'am. 83.
okay, 84,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 85,
Yes, ma'am. 85.
okay, 86, 87,
Yes, ma'am.
okay,
87.
88, Toby, 88, 89, 90, Raju, Raju is present,
Yes, ma'am. 90.
okay, 91, 92,
Present, ma'am.
93,
Yes, ma'am.
94,
94 present.
okay, 95,
Yes, ma'am.
91, it is present, okay, okay, Tamar, present, then 95,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, okay, whose mic is on? 97, Vika,
97 present.
97
Present, present.
okay, 98, 98, 99, 100,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 99 present, okay, 100 also present, okay, then 101,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 102, 102, 103,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 104 already gave present, 105, 105, 106, 107, 107, Midusmita,
Yes, ma'am.
Madhusmita, okay, okay. Then 108,
Present, ma'am. 108.
okay, 109,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 110, 110, 111, 111, 112, Febina, okay, 113,
Yes, ma'am.
Febina is present,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, then 113, 114, Orup, Orup is present, yes,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 115,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 116, Richa, okay, 117, 118, okay, Josnalin is present, okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Josnalin, okay, 118,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 119, 119, 120, okay, then roll number 80, let me see, 88, Toby, okay, present I have given. Okay, then the left ones are roll number 69, then your Nanu is present, 103, okay, I have given. Then